Right, hello everybody and welcome back to the Old Grandpa Joe YouTube channel. Today, day before a game, you know what's happening. It's the preview for Hull City versus Ipswich Town on Tuesday the 23rd of February. 7 o'clock kickoff at the KCOM Stadium in League One. Match details there for you. Because it's a home game, most season pass holders do get the game for free, effectively. On to team news then. George Honeyman was taken to hospital to assess a neck injury sustained in the Tigers' 3-3 draw against Doncaster Rovers in the last game, which resulted in Honeyman being stretched off the pitch with a neck brace on. Greg Docherty was also substituted in that game with a groin injury. Manager Grant McCann said after the game that the medical team would, quote, assess Docherty over the next 48 hours, end of quote, to see the severity and extent of his injury. Tom Eaves will be in contention for a return for this game. If not this fixture, he will be available for the trip to Plough Lane to face AFC Wimbledon on Saturday. Callum Jones is back in training and is about a week away from being available for selection. Richie Smallwood knee, Brandon Fleming groin/pubic bone and Festus Arthur thigh remain out. Injured onto ref watch then. The referee is Tom Neild. The two liners are Robert Atkin and Joe Simpson. The fourth official is Sebastian Stockbridge. Onto stats then. Hull City had 11 shots against Doncaster. Of those 11, 6 were on target. Hull City had just 31% of possession. Hull City committed 23 fouls, the Tigers made 13 tackles, City won 36% of aerial duels in the game, and City made only 287 passes in the game, and pass accuracy for the Tigers was just 64%. What do I think then? Get well soon, Honeyman, and I hope Docherty isn't out for too long either. When Docherty went off, we got worse. He kept everything ticking over for us in that Doncaster game. He's on such a good run of form. This injury is the last thing he needs. And Honeyman looked back to his best as well. So that injury is definitely not what we need for both of them. And neck and head injuries can be very, very bad. And we've had a lot of career-ending injuries in recent years. We had Brian Lennion with his knee, I think it was, and then he had his own mental health problems, which he's happily got over. There's Brian Mason, and now I beg we don't have the same fate with George Honeyman, because it looked nasty. Very, very nasty. And Doncaster deserved a point minimum. They controlled the second half. We've scored 8 in our last 2, though. Progress, and the boys will be motivated after losing that lead. Ipswich won't know what hits them. But, however, we have only won 6 games since December. It's now nearly March. So... Anyway, on to head-to-head battles then. Malik Wilkes will have to get past Miles Kenlock and Jacob Greaves will have to stop Troy Parrott. On to current form now then. You can see there's a little there's a little thing on the bottom of the graphic there, little table. For the home and away, it's the position in the league, it's how good their home record has been. Their home and away records have been. Out of every single team. So we have got the 4th best home record and the 4th best away record in the league. Ipswich have Ipswich have the 5th best home record in the league and the 16th best home record in the league. Our form then, we lost 1-0 to Burton, drew 0-0 with Lincoln, lost 1-0 to MK Dons, beat Wigan 5-0 and drew 3-0 with Doncaster. Ipswich, they drew 1-0 with Crewe, beat Blackpool 2-0, lost 2-1 to Peterborough, and their last 2 games against Northampton and Oxford have both been 0-0 draws. And the league table shows that it's so tight. We're now down in 3rd. Every single team has at least 1 game in hand on us. And there's plenty of teams queuing up behind us. And all with games in hand that can take points off us. I don't know why McCann didn't bring Honeyman on. Didn't change something when Honeyman came off. He just had to come off. I think the rule is you've allowed your 5 subs, but you can only make them on 3 separate intervals. So I don't get why we don't bring 2 on, then 2 on, and then just leave 1 in case. But I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we're now in 3rd. Still not dropped out the playoffs, but it's looking increasingly more likely that we will. Doncaster behind us. They're 4 points behind us with 3 games in hand. Portsmouth are 5 points behind us with 2 games in hand. Sunderland are 6 points behind us with 2 games in hand. Accrington Stanley are 7 points behind us with 3 games in hand. Oxford are 9 points behind us with 3 games in hand. Charlton 9 points with 1 game in hand, so they won't necessarily affect that. If you take away that any team can play anyone, if every single team wins games in hand, we could be as low as 8th. But then one of Sunderland's games in hand is against Accrington Stanley, so and there's games like that which will help in a way because teams will have to play another team. Anyway, new segment, league statistics. As we're coming towards the end of the season, I just thought I'd stick these in. So there's the league top scorers, the league most assists, the most clean sheets as clubs, the top scorers as clubs, the best defences as clubs. We've got also, then we've got the best. Then we've got the home record and away record table there as well. So if you want to pause the video and have a look at them in full, feel free. On to around the grounds then on League One Matchday 31. AFC Wimbledon face Gillingham, Blackpool face Doncaster, Bristol Rovers face Wigan Athletic, Charlton face Burton, Crewe face Accrington Stanley, Lincoln face Swindon, Northampton Town face Rochdale, Oxford face Portsmouth, Shrewsbury face MK Dons, Sunderland face Fleetwood, and Plymouth welcome Peterborough to the south coast. On to memorable match now then. We're heading back to the 15th of September 2018 in the Championship when we beat Ipswich 2-0. Jared Bowen and Jackson Irvine were the goals that day. And last time out, we played these guys. It was at Portman Road on the 24th of November 2020. We beat them 3-0. Goals from Malik Wilkes, Josh McGuinness and Tom Eaves secured the win that day. And now, just a quick little news segment there as well. The record from a Hull City perspective, all time against Ipswich. You can see there that over the last 10, 11 years, they have never beaten us. Never. So, I hope we can keep that going. They've not beaten us since the 4th of May 2008. I hope we can keep that going. Shared style, we're looking at Matthew Pennington today, who was on loan at Ipswich Town in the 2018-19 season from Everton. 31 appearances, 1 goal. He was on loan at us last season, again from Everton, 2019-20, 16 appearances for us, no goals. On to my predicted 11 now then, in Grant McCann's obvious 4-3-3. It's going to be a little bit of a shake-up, this one, because of no Honeyman and likely to be no Doherty as well. So in goal, we've got Matt Ingram. The back four is at right back, Louis Coyle, the captain. The 2 centre-backs are Rhys Burke and Jacob Greaves. At left back is Callum Elder. In defensive midfield, we've got Alfie Jones. The 2 central midfielders are Regan Slater and Dan Crowley. On the right, we've got Malik Wilkes. On the left, we've got Keane Lewis Potter, who should have scored against Doncaster, but he hit the post. And Josh McGuinness. Well, at striker, we've got Josh McGuinness. Onto the bench then, where we've got George Long, James Scott, Josh Emanuel, Jordan Flores, Sean McLaughlin, Gavin White, and Max Clark. That's the team in picture form then. That's the team on the pitch. Now looking at my wanted 11, I've had to go 4-3-3 as well, but I'm switching things up. I've gone a little bit more defensive with mine. So in goal, we've got Matt Ingram. Right back, we've got Josh Emanuel. The 2 centre-backs are Rhys Burke and Jacob Greaves. At left back is Callum Elder. The 2 defensive midfielders are Max Clark and Alfie Jones. And in attacking midfield, we've got Dan Crowley. So we're playing with two defensive midfielders. Clark can push up a little bit. because I think he's a bit more attacking than Alfie Jones. And then this Crowley feeding balls through to Gavin White on the right. On the left, it's Keane Lewis Potter. And up top, it's Malik Wilkes. On to the substitutes bench then, where it's George Long, Louis Coyle, James Scott, Jordan Flores, Sean McLaughlin, Regan Slater, and Josh McGuinness. That's the team in picture form then, and that is the team on the pitch. On to my predicted score now then. Do I reckon that we will take victory? I think we'll score some goals. I think we'll be motivated. Ipswich don't have a good away record. They're 16th in terms of away record in the league. They've got the 16th best away record in the league. So on that note, I think we will win 4-0. Because I think the boys will be motivated, having thrown that away, and I just think we're going to go all guns blazing. Yes, we're weakened. Yes, we've got no Honeyman. Yes, we've got no Doherty. But I think the boys will be motivated as ever to come back strong. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video. Check out the 2 videos that are on your screen now. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.